Cancer Sun Moon Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. So we're going to dive into your month of August 2020. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you, and how can you best navigate this month? And to me, as I'm taking a look at your overall spread, this is truly going to be a month of learning for you, of growth for you, and sprinkled in some abundance and opportunity in the month as well. So good things coming, but I do think that you're going to be doing a lot of both actual work and internal work throughout the month, okay? This is going to be really key to get you from where you are to where you're going. So let's take a peek. And what's interesting to me is, as I look at the overall spread, you have 4 earth cards here, and that's really big. That's a lot of earth cards. Okay, so number one, this is saying to me that it's going to be really key, really important for you to spend some time reconnecting with the earth, doing something outdoors, doing something that's going to allow you to reconnect with the earth. There is maybe a need for some more grounding or answers to come through connecting with the earth. I know for me, when I'm out and I'm just hiking and around like trees and connecting with the earth and spending that time, this is where the answers come for me. So I do feel like anything that you're trying to understand or that you're trying to work through, spend some time in nature. Let the earth show you the way. The answers will come if you take that time to do that, and it also will be good for your overall energy. Now, the first cards that we're going to take a look at are the overarching themes that you can expect throughout the month. And the first card that we have here is the 8 of Earth upright. There is and I'm going to pull this right along with the mentor archetype card that I pulled, okay? So there is a learning that's happening for you, and this can be like a learning of life lessons. So you may find yourself doing a lot of growth through learning lessons. So whatever it is that you're going through, take a step back and recognize that there are lessons being learned here, and ask yourself, what are these lessons? What is it that keeps repeating for me that I seem to be learning over and over and over again? And how can I learn this lesson? What is it that I need to understand here? So sometimes asking those questions can really help you to work through these life lessons. But I do feel like there is more of a traditional learning here for you. This can be a going back to school, finding a teacher in some way, being having a mentor in some way teaching you something. There very much is a teacher-student energy, and this could also be you teaching as well. So if you've been considering teaching more or preparing yourself, learning more before you are going to be teaching other people, this is definitely that message to do that. This can also be you working on personal development in some way, putting energy into like reading more books, these kind of things. Anything that's going to contribute to your learning, and also, if you feel called to be teaching and sharing information with other people, make sure that you're following through with that. But seeking out, and if you've been looking for somebody to be that mentor for you, there very much is a supportive energy there with that. So they always say, like, when the student is ready, the teacher arrives, or however they say that, I don't remember. But basically, your teacher is coming in, whatever this is, whatever is you're needing to learn, whether it's a life lesson or something that you're some way that you're wanting to grow and develop. I do feel like there are opportunities. Put that signal out to the universe, but there are opportunities for this mentor to come in to help shape you, to help teach you, to help you to grow and step into the next level of things. And then we have the Knight of Earth reversed, and this to me is like, I do feel like that there's a message of, like, you got to get to work a little bit, like there's some things that maybe you've been falling behind on or haven't been focusing on that intuitively you feel called to be focusing on. So this really is your message to make sure that you come back to that you do those things that are important, that you put your time and energy into those things that are most important to you, that are really going to contribute to a better future for you, that you're feeling called to do, making sure that you're honoring that rather than wasting your time and energy on things that just aren't going to pay off in the end, aren't really serving you, aren't really doing a whole lot for you. So there is a need to kind of buckle down a bit and take care of some things that need to be done, to be really clear and mindful about how you're allocating your time throughout the month so that you're taking care of the most important thing. The next card that we have here, though, is the Ace of Earth, right? This is opportunities coming your way. This is abundance coming your way. And maybe this is kind of where that need to buckle down comes in. Like, you have a lot coming your way. You have a lot of good coming into your life, and you're having to acclimate. You really have leveled up in a lot of ways, and you're needing to adjust to this and find a new flow with maybe there's a higher demand for something that you're offering, or you just don't know how to keep up with all of these beautiful things that are coming into your life, all these opportunities, or you don't know how to choose which ones to follow through with. Number one, connect to the earth to make sure that you are connecting to your intuition. That will help in the process. But number two, understand that whatever you're putting your time and energy into is what you are manifesting. So you really want to make sure that you're putting your time and energy into the things that your soul is most connected to, that you feel is most important for you. But I do feel like if you're somebody who's like starting a new business or early on in your business, and if you put a good amount of energy into it, if you can really buckle down and really stay focused this month, it's going to pay off for you. Or if there's just something that you're focusing on that you are putting a lot of time and energy into, and you really buckle down and give it your all, it is going to pay off for you in the long term, and that's going to be really great. So making sure that you're taking the time and the energy to put into what's most important for you. Now, the next cards that we have here are connected to the challenges or barriers that you might experience. And again, here we have yet another Earth card, the 10 of Earth reversed. This is a little bit of an energy, I feel like, of, I don't know, like it feels to me almost like being in a place of, why don't I have this? Like, why hasn't this manifested for me? Why isn't my life the way that I want it to be? There's almost, if you allow it to go too far, it's almost going to be an energy of feeling sorry for yourself. And we don't want that, because that isn't going to serve you. Like, if you are dwelling on these things that you don't want in your life, or how it hasn't worked out for you, or making yourself feel bad over decisions that you've made that you regret, understand that those were lesson learned, and understand that you are on this path for a reason. And sometimes we just have to trust in our higher power that there is a reason that this hasn't manifested yet, or this, that your path has gone in this direction. And what's really needed here is a shift in terms of your mindset, and taking a look at, okay, what has happened for me? What has manifested for me? Because I do feel like there's a lot of good, right? So what has happened, and what has manifested, and how, in what ways is my life good now? And what things and people and circumstances in my life do I have an appreciation for? I think if you can shift your energy into that, and shift your energy into focusing on what you want to manifest, and really doing the work this month, that is going to be a much better place for you to put your energy into in this month, rather than focusing on that lack mentality, or feeling upset about those past decisions, or feeling like, that you don't have the life that you want. We're always working toward new and different things, and bettering our lives, and we keep raising that bar, right? So we're never going to be where we want to be, because or hopefully, because we want to keep raising that bar and keep growing, keep expanding. So trust the process here. The next card that we have here is the Lover's card. And for me, the Lover's card isn't always about relationships. It really is about choosing between two things that you love, and feeling like you have to make a decision. And you do. I mean, I feel like this is like, you're in a place where you need to make a decision. What am I going to put my energy into? And I care about both of these things. Both of these are important to me, but in order to truly be successful with this, like, you really need to pull the energy out of one thing and put it into another is really the message. So, you know, really sitting with yourself, asking yourself, what's most important to me? What is really, truly in alignment with all of my values, and what's truly going to be best for me here? I think when you sit and you ask yourself those questions, it's going to be a no-brainer, you know? Like, do I think that there's going to be emotion and fear around shifting that focus into just more onto one of these things? Yeah, but I think ultimately that's really going to pay off in the long term. The next card that we have here is the Star, and this is about reconnecting with your light, remembering why you're here in the first place. You know, like, what's most important to you, and how, what makes you shine, and you know, like, how long has it been since you fully felt connected to your light? And what is it that you're needing to do? What is it that your intuition is telling you that you need to do to feel connected to that, to feel happy, to feel optimistic? Is there a shift, a need, or a shift in mindset, which I think is coming through this month? You need to see things potentially from another perspective, or do you need to make some changes in your life? Do you need to clear some things out in order to allow you to be on your best life path again, and to be lighter, and to be connected with that happiness, that joy, that love that is always available to us if we are allowing it? Now, the next card that we have here is the Magical Child card. Okay, so again, this is saying to me that there is like a level of like pessimism, depression, and some stuff for you to work through, and we don't want to not honor that. You need to feel your feelings, you need to go through those, but there also is going to need to be some kind of a shift in mindset, a changing of your glasses, in a sense, you know, how you're viewing the world, how you're viewing yourself, how you're viewing your life, and really taking another look at that. And I think you're going to get some opportunities to do that, to have some clarity of mind, and to recognize some really beautiful things that you have in your life. Because when we shift back into gratitude, this is where we can pull in more of the things that we actually want in our life. So this really is win-win, but I also think like you are going to find yourself having to work through some feelings and some emotions and these kind of things as you're navigating this month. And if you can ultimately get yourself to that place where you're shifting their mindset, that is going to help you significantly. So the next cards that we have here are the gifts that you can expect through this month. Okay, so the Seven of Fire is really about you finding your strength, really about you standing strong in your truth, really about you saying no. Like, this is maybe about setting boundaries with people who are trying to make decisions for you in your life, or, you know, setting a boundary where there needs to be a boundary set. And this is you setting that boundary. So I do feel like you're going to do that, or setting those boundaries, or standing strong, defending what it is that you need to defend here. And I think that you do that. And I do feel like there's a confidence boost that comes with that that's really beautiful and really amazing. This is also about knowing when to, you know, choosing your battles, right? So if it's something that's important to you, then you do need to stand strong in your truth. And if it's not, and you're just arguing for the sake of arguing, take a step back, filter that a little bit, you know, take time to really process that. Is this really important for me to say? Is this really important for me to jump into? You know, whatever that is, but like asking yourself, choosing your battles, and deciding which ones are important to you, because if they are, then you need to have them lovingly. But if they aren't, then choosing to let them go and to not engage in that level of negative energy there. The next card that we have here is the Page of Air. This is a clarity of mind. This is an understanding. This is a new way of viewing things, a new perspective. So I do feel like you are going to be seeing things a little bit differently, that through this process, through this journey that you're going through this month, you are going to have some new ideas, some fresh perspectives, you know, like that shift in your mindset that I was just talking about, that's really needed. That's really what this feels like to me. So through this process, through this journey, you do get to that shift in mindset. And we also here have in the area of gifts, justice, right? to me, this is usually about justice being served in some way, and you know, so something that happens that you recognize as fair and as just. Maybe it's something that you've been waiting for. This can even be like a court decision or something like that, something connected with courts, but it doesn't have to be. It can just feel like, you know, watching something happen that was very karmic, like somebody receiving that karma for something that has happened, and you're being aware of that. Just justice being served in some way. This is also about making sure that you are handling things in a just way, you know. So you may have, again, you have some kind of a big decision to make this month, and you want to make sure that you're listening to your morals, you know, your personal moral compass, and honoring that as you are approaching things, because I think that if you do things that aren't honoring that, you are going to create some pretty big problems for yourself this month. So you don't want to do that. So you want to handle things fairly and justly through this month, and in whatever way that you perceive to be fair and just. And the last card that we have here is the Martyr card reversed. And again, this is about that mindset piece, right? You can either view yourself as a victim in all of this, or you can see yourself as a warrior in all of this. How can you connect with your strength and understand that if, you know, you don't like some of the things in your life, the more that, if you're focusing on all of that and you're letting yourself be in that victim mentality, you're going to continue to manifest more of that energy in your life. So how do you shift that? You shift into focusing on what you do want in your life, focusing on empowering yourself, focusing on taking action. All these earth cards are very much connected to taking action this month. Taking action, creating the life you want, putting the energy into the life you want. And so this is not a month to do anything half-assed, okay? Quite frankly, you just want to like go for it and do it. And in some ways, I think for you guys, it's going to be a matter of getting out of your own way. And I think when you can do that, there's a lot of great success and opportunity that comes with that. So I'm sending you light as you are on this journey. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about clarity, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.